wonder no one will work for you. My man is missing, and you're all just here, what? Waiting for him to wander back through the gate?
Mr. Halftown, we are trying, but we don't have the manpower.
And now half my crew thinks your little band of convicts is just waiting to drag us off and scrap us for organs.
Mr. Halftown, our security officer has been put into the infirmary trying to find your worker. We're doing everything we can. All I ask is that you and your crew be patient. You have nothing to fear from us convicts. We are handling it.
Then get it done. Or else we are going to have problems.
You have my word.
I knew taking this job was a mistake.
My crew isn't lifting a finger until my man is found. Can't believe I bought into this place's crap reform program story. Because I'm not the one whose job it is to keep this place secure. I'm just the guy who thought I could trust the people giving us this job. Don't know, huh? The staff, they're all ex-cons. This place we're building is gonna be some kind of resort to rehabilitate other criminals. Teach them how to strip ship engines or type 40 words a second or whatever to keep them from having to commit more crimes. A couple of them already went through the training. Now they want to get this place done to turn out more students. Why does anyone take any job? Credits, and these folks have plenty. But I mean, come on. What they're selling here? Fixing the settled systems by giving criminals career training? You really think the Crimson Fleet are just one typing course away from becoming model citizens? Never been on the receiving side of a visit from the fleet, huh? And look, I know some folks have it tough out there. I've employed my fair share of ex-cons over the years. But you know how they turn their lives around? They did their time and got jobs instead of making the same bad choices again. Those are options everyone's already got. No retreat required.
You are getting lost in the method, despite your goals being aligned.
Yeah, but the pathway to that goal matters. If they're all here just sitting around learning a trade, just like they would on a job site, huh? Maybe you got a point there. But I'm sure you didn't come here just for a debate. Let's talk about something else. Oh, yeah? It can't be worse than the situation we're already in. The boss, Sloane, she's heading up the manhunt, if you can even call it that. Talk to her and she'll get you up to speed. Uh-huh.
When are we getting armed, boss?
I'm not giving you a gun.
But what if those cons come after us next?
You ask me for a gun one more time, it's not the cons you're gonna have to be afraid of.
Sheesh.
An interesting choice of location. Relaxing, I suppose.
Yes?
A good team always shares the load.
Very good.
I am skeptical of whether this retreat will achieve its goals, but I applaud their efforts.
You know we're not. Oh, Sloan sends you with my next round of painkillers? Can't come soon enough. Just don't try anything while you're here, alright? Got enough problems already.
I'm sorry, love, but the Elios retreat isn't taking new residents right now. We've had some issues. A missing person chief among them. But you're welcome to rest up and refuel here as long as you'd like. So long as there's no bounty hunter after you that's going to kick my brand new door off its hinges. Well, at the moment, it's primarily a collection of shipping containers and unused construction materials. But the plan is to make this place into a growth and education residence for the Galaxy's incarcerated. We'll offer job training and a support network for folks that otherwise just while away their days in prison just because they didn't have the credits to pay their own bounties. Get them all the tools they need to set up regular, boring lives like the rest of us. Well, thank you. Always striving to make my presence in the universe a net positive. But still got a lot of ground to cover. But I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to listen to me blabber. You're probably exhausted. Monica should have any supplies you might need. She's just out front of the main building. And our ship services tech is out near the landing pad if your vessel needs some tending to. And if you need anything else, or just want to talk, you come find me. Well, once we officially open our doors, the retreat's going to have to be a lot of things to the formerly incarcerated folks we plan to bring here. Residence, school, a place for reflection. Nevin, he handles everything infrastructure related, while I take care of everything our residents might need to get them moving along healthier paths. I make sure we've got the facilities to support everyone. I arrange all our occupational training. Even got my counseling certification a few years back so I can serve as a compassionate ear when people need it. If you can believe it, I was Crimson Fleet, scouring the skies for loot and glory. Ended up finding a hefty prison sentence instead, which, honestly, was probably the best for me and the galaxy at large. You'd expect right, even at the best of times. But I'm sure you didn't come here for an ancient history lesson. Was there something else you wanted to discuss? That the truth? Because I can't say it's going to be easy work, but if you found the construction crew's missing man, we'd all owe you. This planet is not the most accommodating to human life. It's wild, empty, and the local fauna, well, they're not big fans of humans. So while I will absolutely take your help if you're offering it, I just want you to be aware I don't expect it's going to be a walk in the park. Well, he was last seen a few days ago, so we don't think he could have gotten far. We sent our lone security officer to find him, but things didn't go according to plan out there, and now he's taken up residence in our infirmary. So if you're offering, we'll absolutely take the help. You don't know how happy I am to hear it. First things first, you want to speak to Greg D'Angelo, our security officer. He was wounded searching for our worker, Mr. Killman's trail. He should be able to get you pointed toward Killman's last known location.
I'm sorry. Are you lost? Because if you're here to enroll someone, I'm afraid we're having just a minor crisis. And it's going to be a while before we're evaluating any applicants. Oh, that's awfully kind of you, but... you know, we could use some more manpower, actually. Speak to Sloane. She's been taking point on the... well, she'll be able to explain it all. I'm the facility's chief administrator, co-head of the whole retreat with Sloane. She handles most of the resident side of things. Making sure we've got the right people for the program and those people have the right tools to succeed in their own development. I keep the lights on and make sure things hum along smoothly. Which has been harder of late. Oh, until next time then.
Who are you? Can't the guy heal in peace? Sloane found someone else, huh? Well, hopefully, you'll have better luck than I did. I managed to turn up some tracks outside the facility. Bit of a hike, though. Not sure if they were Killman's, but Ixal's not exactly a bustling metropolis. There was a cave system I scanned nearby, but I got attacked before I could look any further. Next place I was planning to visit once I was on my feet again. I'd start there.
You actually found him. I suppose that's not the worst news. You dropping off? Didn't think we had any deliveries until next week. Got an invoice I can look at? Oh. Don't get many visitors this far out. Not a lot to see at the moment, but once we're open, the hope is to have plenty on offer. Imports from around the galaxy, stuff made by our residents. Happy to let you peruse what we've already got in. Mostly just the basics at this point, though. The construction foreman, Halftown, and his crew are scrambling their undergarments because one of their guys wandered off the other night. Probably a little too much glug-glug. But now the entire construction crew thinks we're going to slit their throats just because most of us have a criminal past. But look, if you want to get involved, Sloane's been coordinating the manhunt. She'll have all the info you might need. Hand selected by yours truly. Catch you later. Why walk when we can coast?
Say something if you see things worth investigating.
Caves like this can be an excellent way to conceal the presence of an illegal operation. I should know.
Ever the opportunist, aren't you?
I'm not going back. Stay away. Oh God, please, please don't put me back in the bag. I'll do whatever you say, just please, not the bag.
Do not fear. Your trial is at an end.
Oh, thank God. You don't know what that... Oh, come on, let's get out of here.
I would like a chance
You do
to
know the
talk
way
to
back,
you,
right?
if
I'm
you
so
are
hungry. There's edible stuff on this planet, but I wouldn't recommend any of it. Once we're back, I'm going to sleep for a week.
If you are free soon, could we talk? Is something amiss? I have been curious. I know that your role in Constellation was thrust upon you in an unusual way. But that experience does not demand that you stay. You could have delivered the artifact and then left. Why do you stay? They are dedicated in their cause. This is rare and admirable, I think. My past is complicated. And anyone in Constellation will tell you I do not speak much of it. But my family always stressed the importance of having a purpose in life. You must have a reason for being. This group of people, who by rights would never associate with one another, has come together for a common cause. That is impressive on its own, before considering the magnitude of the work they have undertaken. The possibilities it holds. Fun is not a consideration. I am not saying I am incapable of it, it just should never be a priority over other things. When I first came to New Atlantis, I was shocked at how many people go about their business every day like drones. They do their jobs, eat their food, sleep in their beds, all seemingly without concern for anything around them. Complacent. Their experience is so different from much of the settled systems. They do not know how good they have it. Yes, they were. I did not grow up amidst such luxury. Purpose cuts through adversity. I know that all too well. And these people seem to have no idea. I have. There have been times where I wondered whether it was worth it. My family is unique within the settled systems. I grew up outside the bounds of the United Colonies, or the Freestar Collective. My parents, and their parents before them, did not believe anyone outside our family could be trusted or relied upon. You can imagine, I am sure, how existence without ties to others is challenging in space. It has certainly proven valuable. Saved me. A few times, without question. For now, though, it would seem you and I have found purpose in Constellation. I believe that is enough. I am pleased that we have common cause, and have enjoyed our time together. Thank you.
You know where we're going, right?
Holy shit, you found him!
Well, there's a face I never expected to see again.
Killman! Killman's back!
Mother of God, kid. What happened?
I was walking out, and someone threw a bag over my head. They took me... I don't know. It smelled like the inside of a first aid kit. I had to sleep on the steel floor and...
Which one of you crooks bagged him, huh?
Us? Why the hell would we do that? Waste of a perfectly good bag.
You're rambling, kid. Come on. Let's get you cleaned up. You smell like used welder's gear.
Mr. Halftown, I have some medical training. I'd be happy to...
You stay away from him. I want whoever kidnapped my man found and dealt with, understand? I don't care if it's one of your people or mine or a fucking ghost. Find them.
Of course. We'll do what we can. But...
I'm not interested in excuses. I need to know who did this. Just find my man's kidnapper now. I don't care who did it. I just need to know who kidnapped my man. I'm the construction foreman. It's my job to make sure the Helios retreat gets built to whatever standard these folks want so they can run this reform program or whatever. Sure.
I guess it might have been a bit naive for me to hope for a happy reconciliation, but you brought him back safe. That's what's important. Here, You have my sincerest thanks. But now, we've got a whole new thread to pull on. What are the chances I'd be able to convince you to help us find our kidnapper? Thank the heavens. So, we just need to figure out where we're sending you. Now, Mr. Kilman didn't seem to have a lot of information, but I caught at least one or two bits I think could help us find our kidnapper. He did, didn't he? Industrial antiseptic would be my guess. I know that smell. There is a building we were evaluating as a possible site for the retreat not far from here. An old research outpost. Seems like a decent match for the description of our kidnapper's hideaway. Here, the facility's coordinates. Head out there and see what you can find.
Oh, anything I can help you with? Okay, no problem. Sure, have at it.
Let us see what wonders of life this planet hosts.
Writing in style, I see. I'm going to enjoy this. We are a very effective team, are we not? the best you can do. This is not the effort. Are you prepared to die? Go! Find them! I will have your head! Profit is never necessarily the aim, but if there is something worth taking... They could not hope to win, so they fled. I could not accomplish that. die today. Grenade out! Take your best shot.
We should move on, if there's nothing worth taking.
You can't hope to win.
Attempt to regain sensor contact with the enemy. It appears the enemy has left the area. I am resuming normal operations. am opening fire. Firing on target.
This is what I trained for!
Total system failure.
Someone locked that for a reason. Let us see what it is.
What does your scanner reveal?
They're not just going to have a sit here, right? They've got to scrap the job.
What you
right?
said before. Sure.
You seem to have weathered that trek well enough. Were you able to find anything at the facility? Not a lot to go on. Monica, anything you can do with this?
I can take a look. Oh, it's encoded. Made to look scrambled. And done badly. Looks like... there. Seems there were 2 of them. Oh my god, it's all here. The accidents, the kidnapping, Greg's attack. These 2, they did it all.
Any mention of who they are? They're not with the construction crew, are they?
No names. But there are a pair of ID numbers. They're with the Trackers Alliance.
The Alliance sent 2 bounty hunters? Here? What? Our bounties are all paid.
I'm not seeing an Alliance contract or documentation. I think this is off the books.
Trackers? Consider yourselves lucky to still be alive.
It appears we have been fortunate. But it does beg the question. So, a couple of trackers have decided to haunt us on their own free time. Why?
Doesn't say. It's really not that impressive. Used to sell these on the semi-regular in my old life. A cheating spouse wants to document all their flings without fear of their partner finding out? Just use one of these bad boys. It's computer hacker 101 stuff. And it sure doesn't explain why they've decided to harass us.
That certainly seems in the realm of possibility.
So then this is an easy fix. They're bounty hunters. We pay them to leave us alone.
And make ourselves a target for every other hunter in the universe. We need to take a stand.
Says the one guy physically incapable of taking one.
We're not doing anything until we actually find them. Any mention in there of where our trackers might be now?
Sounds like they're on a supply run, outside the system.
Then we got a little time. Given their background, and ours, I expect you're the only person here they might actually listen to. Would you be willing to act as an emissary on our behalf?
Slate's not big on details. There's 2 of them, they're clearly armed, but that's about all we've got to go on.
But trackers aren't usually the type to take prisoners when it's not required. So the fact that they've thus far remained largely non-violent, well, it means they might be willing to negotiate. With the right person, of course. Which I think, in this case, is you. I'm certain we can find a way to solve this without resorting to violence.
Let's just pay them and be done with it. I mean, we clearly need more manpower anyway. I'll hire them on as contractors.
To hell with that. We know where they live. Let's have our friend here get the drop on them and send them to the great beyond.
The last thing we need is the galaxy thinking that's how we solve our problems around here, Mr. D'Angelo. I would request you try to avoid any violence. But if you're looking for suggestions on how to proceed, well, it seems we've got opinions to spare. Be careful with these trackers. You don't get love. I can only guess at what these 2 might be after. But it's clear they perceive something about us as a threat. They're afraid. And all you can do with fear is try and understand it. So, just listen to them, okay? Hear what they have to say. And see if you can make whatever it is they're worried about a little less scary. Good luck out there.
I think there's a clear way to solve this problem. but the ultimate way for... I think you should offer them money, and I'm willing to help. Here, all I have liquid at the moment. Hopefully it'll be enough. Take care.
These
Please.
trackers have already shown they're willing to hurt people. Had to deal with my fair share of their kind over the years. You don't get into that job to make it rich. You get into it to be your own boss and prove how tough you are. So, my advice? Let them know that pushing around a bunch of counselors just makes them look like bullies, not tough. Be careful with those goons.
You looking for my suggestion? I don't think they're gonna respect anything other than force. But I think Sloane's not gonna be happy if you handle it that way.
Let us see how they have arranged themselves.
What the... Who's that?
No clue. You! Who are you and what the hell are you doing here? And just who the holy hell are you?
See? I told you Kilman was gonna lead them to us. Should have slit his throat when we had the chance.
Quiet. Listen, unless you're here to tell us those convicts have decided to close up shop, then we've got nothing to discuss.
It is a reasonable request. You would do well to consider it.
That's so. Listen, it's not like this is personal. What? That's not what this is. We're tough. I don't know what you're talking about. Fine. We'll leave the retreat alone. Can't make any promises about us being the last, though. Just get out, all right? I wasted too much time in this place already.
The retreat's safe. From us, at least.
Rehabilitation can be a valid alternative to incarceration. But I would be happy to be proven wrong.
There you are. You were gone for quite a while, love. Are you all right? Were you able to find our trackers? That's the best news I've had in quite a while. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, love. This place, all of us, we are in your debt. There is just one last piece of business, though. Nevin asked to speak to you, in private. He's waiting for you up in the office.
Ah, there you are. So, first things first, I need to say, well, thank you. And we are exceedingly grateful for it. It's just, the situation you set right, with the trackers, it's one we don't want to find ourselves in again. Luckily, we have someone, our founding donor in fact, who has offered to reach out to the Alliance, ensure their good behavior going forward. Before she does, however, she's asked for the details of what exactly occurred. I've already shared my own insights, but, well, she wants to talk to you too. Is that something you might be amenable to? Our benefactor has said she'd prefer to do the introductions herself. But you can rest assured she wants only to thank you in person, hear your side of the story. Nothing more sinister than that. Ah, she'll be pleased to hear it. Head to Aquila City in the Cheyenne system. Check in with Justin Sneed, her security chief. And I would ask you to try and be polite. She's the only reason we're here.
Expansion must be very difficult for Aquila, with the native wildlife being what it is.
You meet all sorts in Aquila City.
Aquila is one of the oldest cities in the settled systems.
The UC can't be that bad, can it? Might want to steer clear of the stretch. Lots of crime over there. There's not enough to do around here.
I hope that modification proves beneficial.
You meet all sorts in Aquila City. The UC can't be that bad, can it? Might want to steer clear of the stretch. Lots of crime over there. Aquila is one of the oldest cities in the settled systems. There's not enough to do around here. There's not enough to do around here. Aquila is one of the oldest cities in the settled systems. You meet all sorts in Aquila City.
Might want to steer clear of the stretch. Lots of crime over there.
I don't think we typically allow customers up here. If you're looking to browse, you're in the wrong spot.
The UC can't be that bad, can it?
Aquila is one of the oldest cities in the settled systems.
You meet all sorts in Aquila City.
I heard Mr. Wright's gonna be looking for an apprentice soon.
Robot takes a peach of a job.
Can you get certified in time?
Shoot. You sure he doesn't have someone in mind?
Tower's closed. Come back some other time. You're them, huh? I've got 2 rules for this little meeting. Rule number 1, you're not to share anything you discuss up there. This is a private matter, and we're going to keep it that way. Rule 2, you decide to get playful with that weapon, we're going to have serious problems. Think you can abide by those? Good. Miss Lance is waiting upstairs. You can go on up.
And that must make you our guest. Please, take a seat. Now, you may already know who I am. Raisha Lance, CEO, Laredo Firearms. And you, I know all about. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for the retreat. Truly, it's a project that's near and dear to my heart. Now, I presume Nevin already got you up to speed. I need details before I talk to the heads of the Trackers Alliance. Make sure their members understand the retreat's off limits. So if you don't mind, I'd like to just jump right into it. Lily here will be taking notes as we go. Now, Nevin said all the various incidents afflicting the retreat, they all stemmed from this pair of rogue bounty hunters. Do I have that right? Ah, I'll be sure that's noted. But you did manage to get those two to leave the retreat alone. You mind my asking how you accomplished that? Two trackers and you just talked them down? That's quite the feat. I'm interested in the details, though. How exactly did it all play out? I bet they are. So, only other thing I wanted to ask, and I'm just looking for an opinion here, is there anything in your eyes that could have been done to prevent this happening? After everything I've heard from you and Nevin, I'm inclined to agree. It'll take time to get the right people in place for this kind of work, but I'll make sure it's addressed. But that should give me enough to present to the Alliance. Thank you for making the time. Now, what you did, well, it deserves something more than just a couple of firm thank yous. Here, I want you to have these. They're a rare make, but I think you've earned it. Now, was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we went our separate ways? It's something that's been on my mind for a while now. How best to help the galaxy's incarcerated population? Humanity's tried plenty of bad ideas. Throwing them in jail and forgetting about them. The UC gave that a go way back when. Took all their criminals to a penal colony on Suvorov and left them to their own devices. Well, those folks didn't appreciate that sort of treatment, took over the colony, and now we call them the Crimson Fleet. Next, we tried making them pay fines instead of going to jail. Except if you don't have the money, that's no sort of improvement at all, is it? Bad idea after bad idea. I thought it was time we tried something new. That's where the plans for the retreat came from. Our attempt at doing things different. You make lots of friends in my position. Friends in the Freestar Collective, friends in the UC. The sort of people with influence over things. Like, say, how much a locality is allowed to spend on Alliance contracts each quarter. When the Alliance heads grasp that it's better for us all to be friends, I expect they'll leave the retreat well enough alone. That's kind of you, but without your help, it might have stayed just a goal. You have my sincere thanks. Now if you'll excuse me, as you've seen, there's plenty to be done.
Okay, hello.
I am not sure rehabilitation can be a valid alternative to incarceration. But I would be happy to be proven wrong.
The security needs of a place like this, well, at least I'll never be bored.
You know who I miss? My bunk. You think it's thinking about me?
All you've done, well, I can't thank you enough. Just happening through our neck of the woods, stranger? Nevin told me about your summons. Our, donor wasn't too hard on you, I hope. It's something she had asked for. She doesn't want her firm's reputation and ours to affect one another. But I'm mostly just curious how things went. She can be a hammer when the situation requires, but this project holds a pretty special place in her heart, so I'm sure she was feeling grateful. Well, thanks to your little chat, our donor's doing everything she can to upend the various roadblocks in our way. We're in the process of vetting more security, looking at some additional and more agreeable contractors. Whatever gets this place closer to becoming a reality. Opening's still a ways off, but we'd be going nowhere if you hadn't wandered in. It's hard to say for certain. We're only just now in a place where we can actually assess how long everything's going to take. But with time, we'll get there. And that's thanks to you. That makes two of us. Thank you again, love. For you, our doors will always be open.
The overtime we're going to earn getting this place done almost makes sense.
Couple
for
of
the
damn
whole
trackers with a
coworkers being
vendetta.
kidnapped.
Well, I clearly wasn't fair with these folks. Sure.
Back from wandering the... Hey there. We've got all the necessities. Take care now.
Need some work done? You should inspect your ship for heat leak. Sure, have at it.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Check complete. We're good. And we're back where we belong.
Your hunt ends. You are not chosen. Yet another challenge.
I find the interior of this ship comforting.
Insomnia can have a depressing effect on some.
Run away!
The community center on P1 is a good place to connect with others.
Hey, welcome to the Sidonia Trade Authority. Yo, hey, what's up? You looking to do some shopping here at the Trade Authority? I'm Manaki. Feel free to ask me anything and I'll do my best to help you out. Yo! This dude came in once trying to sell this whack-looking fish or something. It was still alive. He had it in this big plastic bag full of water and everything. Good size, too. I was trying to tell him I didn't know if we took in things like that, but then my boss came over and told me we absolutely did, and I had to process the sale and store the thing. Man, what a pain in the ass that was. Even weirder, someone came in and bought it like right away. The hell's that about, right? Cool. That's what we do here. Come back anytime.
Ever been to Aquila? Those security uniforms.
The notorious bandit gang, reportedly based out of the wild, somewhere outside the city, has thus far eluded capture by the 3-star Rangers.
Oh, I swear the next gobshite miner who walks in here fancying me for lack of better options is gonna need enhanced to put their face back together.
3-star Rangers have so far refused to comment to SSNN on what steps, if any, are being taken to secure Aquila City.
Hey, friendo. Got any special goods you're willing to part with? Maybe we can make a deal. Hello, welcome to the Sidonia UC Exchange. The best goods, all courtesy of the United Colonies, straight to all of the wonderful UC soldiers, workers, and other citizens. I've got a little of this, a little of that, and maybe a little of some other things you wouldn't expect to find at the UC shop, But that's because I try to provide for everyone here. So, please, browse my stock and let me know what I can get for you, friendo. Do I have any good deals, you say? Friendo, I am full of good deals. My prices may be fixed by UC pencil pushers many worlds away, but I may find ways to work with you. For example, I buy things to refurbish and resell. You bring me these, I give you credits, and we make deals. Take a look. Be safe out there.
Mars isn't for everybody.
An unnamed tracker opened fire.
Go to Mars, they said. The pay is great, they said. So's the crippling depression.
This newest spate of violence has renewed the call for...
Very practical to seal this off and make it habitable. Also, rather visually pleasing.
You know, I believe we've got the best mining team ever assembled here. Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos Mining Project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless... maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books. Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. Of course not. I'll pay you out of my own pocket. I care about my miners, even if corporate doesn't understand our struggles down here. I'm willing to put in some sacrifices to help. That's just the kind of guy I am. If I had the credits to buy all the equipment myself, I would. But this is the next best thing. When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Sidonia's importance to the United Colonies and its industry, this certainly puts it to rest.
Okay, that ore you mined is really gonna bolster our numbers. Great. Now, the next part is a little trickier. Our Director of Mining Operations, Peter Brennan, fired his last assistant over a month ago. Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment, and unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job. Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval. Got that industrial court know-how, do you? Then, you know how this is all gonna go down. Go to the Deimos office in Orbit, apply for the job, answer some questions about kissing the boss's ass. It's mostly BS, but it's gotta be done. Doesn't matter what you say, as long as you don't say anything too bonkers. We'll talk about how to secure the job after you get that application squared away.
Surely there must be someone else who can take such a ridiculous job.
Have I mentioned that I am not? The effort to make this place livable is astounding. There's no end to what can be accomplished when there are credits to be made.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Okadigbo. That guy's trouble for the status quo. Don't go caught.
Ah, Neon. Instant sensory overload.
Are you working toward that next technological leader? If we don't have it, we'll get it. And if we can't get it, no one cares.
Behold, the Emporium, Neon's premier seller of all sophistication and exclusive. You fought hard to get to where you are. Here in Neon, you live in the rarefied air of Boston.
So, why did you drag me in here?
You said you wanted to buy something nice for your girlfriend, so here we are.
Do you think I've suddenly inherited a fortune? This place is way out of my price range.
Hey, you're the one that told me she has expensive tastes.
There's expensive, and then there's the Emporium. This place is in a
We
class
sell
all by
only the
itself.
finest goods for the
Yeah, I
discerning
guess.
customer.
Take a look around.
Are you sure you're in the right place? You certainly don't look like one of our usual clientele. My apologies, then. Please forgive my disrespect. We have quite a few, shall we say, thugs that find their way into my establishment and create a disturbance. In fact, there's a particular Seoka member who calls himself Headlock, who repeatedly torments me by damaging my goods. The Seoka Syndicate, of course. I'm surprised you haven't run into any of them. They're a group of organized criminals who use threats and violence to push their own agenda. And honest people like me tend to suffer the consequences. They're based out of Neon, but no one is certain who runs the syndicate. Could be anyone. Ah, yes, the authorities. Neon Security. Corrupt, bumbling idiots who couldn't solve a crime if it occurred right in front of their faces.
This is also assuming that Neon Security is not already aware and looking the other way. Or worse, actively involved. Approaching them will almost certainly not help.
Anyway, I've already taken up too much of your valuable time. Was there anything else I could help you with? You won't find a more elegant selection anywhere else. Oh my goodness, that's such a relief. You have no idea. Thank you for accepting my offer. Headlock's quite a dangerous gentleman. I believe you can find him hanging out somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. No one knows. Seoka are sleek, well-dressed mobsters. They aren't low-life gang members. Why they choose to hang out at a run-down little convenience store like that is beyond me. Probably not. Seoka tend to hang out in small groups. Good for them, but for us. Anyway, that's really all I know. Head back here when you've taken care of the situation. Good luck. I believe he's a newer member of Seoka. They pulled him up out of one of the street gangs that crawl through our sewers. If you're wondering how I know about that, he boasts about it every time he comes in here. He's quite a large gentleman. I believe you can find him roaming the street somewhere in Epside near Frankie's Grab and Go. Look, if he somehow disappeared, you'd be doing everyone in Neon a favor. No one would miss him, no one would care. It was good to have you in my shop. Farewell.
Can't talk right now. Neon isn't going to repair itself.
Hope you're a paying customer. You lost, kiddo? Sounds like something a thief would say. I had some high hopes for this shop back when my husband and I opened it a while back. These days, if you ain't a regular, you're usually trouble. Of course, something happened. Ain't that always the case? Let's just say those hopes died a long time ago, and there ain't no reviving them. We'll see about that.
Are you going to apply for the job?
Nah, not a chance.
Solomon thought a small convenience store with cheaper prices would make a killing. Of course, the only killing made was when he got himself shot in a robbery. Now it's just me running this place, so you can see why I'm not a huge fan of strangers in my shop. Mostly tied up in those good-for-nothing gangs. Those disciples and strikers always fighting over who gets to run the place, and not giving a damn over whose lives they ruin. I may not be on the main strip, but I make enough to keep me afloat. Lucky for me, my regulars are a devoted crew. Hopefully it's something you need. Never heard of him. Now, are you gonna buy something or just annoy me all day? How am I supposed to know where he is? You're probably right. I don't get it. Yeah, I hope so. Okay, that's pretty good. You just won't give up, will you? Yeah, I know Headlock can't stand them. And I heard some of the other Sioka can't either. That boy doesn't know how to keep himself out of trouble. What'd he do this time? He's a customer. You're not here to interrogate me, so let's get back on track. Well, if any place should be terrorized, it may as well be the Emporium. In any case, if you're so desperate to find him, he and his friends are probably hanging out in Warehouse 4, somewhere near there. I gotta ask, what are you gonna do with him? I have no affection for him whatsoever. He's a good-for-nothing thug, and a boastful one at that. I wouldn't mind seeing him get smacked around and put in his place. But that doesn't mean I think he should be killed. That's one way to punish him. You'll just bore him to death. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business to get back to. If you aren't gonna buy anything, you better run along. See you around.
Sleep crates for rent. It's tight.
Who the hell are you? And who do we have here? You here for business, or to get your head caved in? Is that so? I'm not just some low-life thug anymore. I'm with the Sioka now. You mess with me, you'll mess with the whole syndicate, and that won't end well for you. Oh yeah? Those are big words coming from a nobody. So go on, hotshot. Give me a reason why I should leave Tevin and his shitty little store alone. Go on, enlighten me. But don't waste my time. Looking over your shoulder in Neon can get old. I don't think things would be that extreme, but I guess I get your point. I can't believe I'm saying that. It kills me to say this, but I see your point. Fine. We won't go around to the Emporium any longer. Whatever. Next time, I might not be so nice.
No funny business.
You try anything, you're dead.
What if we took the kids to your brother's place? Nova over at the She's too good. Sounds like she's trying to help someone.
Headlock will destroy our shops if he isn't taken care of soon. Be careful. Headlock is a dangerous gentleman. Oh my. Now that is a true relief. I thought I would never be rid of him. I'm not one to get involved with the rabble, so I'm glad you came along when you did. Thank you for your help. Come back soon. You never know what we'll have for sale.
Look, man, have a heart. I can't pay right now, but I'll spot you next time, okay?
Do I look like an idiot? Tell me, do I have a sign that says idiot?
Lovely day for it.
Again. Look, you can tell Mr. Okadibo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh.
I'm afraid I've stepped right into it again. Damn. You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelkor?
Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. I'm not sure. I think he's afraid that I won't be here, and he'll have to deal with my father. Someone who has a lot less patience than I do. Just a few weeks ago, he paid some poor fella to come up here and request a bit more time to pay back his debt. So I snapped at you like that. I thought he'd done it again. Yeah, maybe you should have, for my sake. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. It's a shop over in Akuchi Market. You know, the plaza next to Ryujin Tower? They sell all sorts of mining supplies and raw materials. It's a fine little shop, well stocked and immaculate. Mr. Okadibo is the owner. He's a lovely, lovely man, but his aspirations are one grav jump longer than his business instincts. If only you knew. Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial debt to Keltcor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall. We're a tech company that primarily specializes in mining operations. We handle everything from individual standalone units to fully engineered outpost systems. Basically, if it's made of rock, our gear chews it. Might not be as glamorous as some of the other corps in this building, but it pays the bills. Niall? Oh, he's the CEO of Keltcorp. The whole blessed thing. If you asked him, he'd claim he started the company with next to nothing and built it into a megacorp in under 30 years. Truth is, he tends to forget the multi-million credit trust he tapped into as a crutch. But that's my father for you. Because my father has a ridiculous sense of humor, and I can't stand the name Clover. I mean, seriously, Clover? Our family's Irish, for God's sake. I don't think he could have possibly been more on the nose with that name. Ha ha, very funny, Dad. For now, but let's not mistake my position for what it really is. A test set out by my father. He's set to retire in a few years, and I'm his only next of kin. But I'm guessing he's not sure if I'm ready to take over the company. So he shuttles me out here for two reasons. One, to flash a friendly face for our clients he flies out here as a perk. And two, gets his firebrand of a daughter as far away from him as possible. He's a real piece of work. You'd be willing to help out? That's awfully kind of you. Just because I work for a megacorp doesn't mean I don't have a heart. Saburo, Mr. Okadibo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? Oh, that'd be splendid. Just amazing. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. McKenna always keeps that promise. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash he didn't have. Obviously, business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way behind on his payments. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely covered in ocean probably wasn't the most savvy of business plans. I suppose he intended to cater to travelers that were passing through our system. But it's clearly backfired. A poor man. Have a fine day.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
Cue for a cup of coffee right about now.
I'm glad I ended up at CalCorp. Miss McKenna treats her employees like family.
If this shit doesn't end soon, my man is not going to be happy.
Clearly the intent is to get us into the Astral Lounge. Shall we follow the signs? I do not know about you, but I am starting to suspect that Benjamin Bayou has a slightly inflated view of himself.
Fill out an application today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled systems.
Very little.
See? I told you. Look at this place. Ridiculous, right?
Why would someone open a mining supplies business on an ocean planet?
Exactly. I can't believe this place is still open. I give it a few more months before...
Here to purchase some mining goods? Welcome, welcome, my friend. It's been a long time since I've seen a new face.
Yeah, sure. You want to waste your credits? You go right ahead.
I'm afraid it is. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of creating a mining supply empire on Volai. Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge of closure. It is a sad day. That would be a blessing, my friend, but I wouldn't want to impose. Listen to me, my friend. I hear what the people say on the street. They call me crazy for opening a mining business on an ocean world. I was aiming so much higher, hoping to attract these space travelers, passing through the Volai system on their prospecting journeys. It was stupid to assume I could corner the market on mining supplies and raw materials without a solid foundation. And by God, I've paid the price. Oh, she did. Miss McKenna is very kind, but I cannot accept. It is my responsibility to pay the loan. If I cannot, then what happens, happens. I am sorry, my friend, but I can do no such thing. When a man signs a contract, he must honor it, no matter the terms. Oh, maybe you're right. As much as it means to me, my pride cannot be my ruin. I suppose so. There's nothing in the contract that says I must pay the loan through sales. That is true. I could even add the interest to the calculation. It seems I have been too prideful. I have always believed that if a person works hard and makes no trouble, they can achieve any goal. But in reality, no one can do it alone. I'm grateful that you and Miss McKenna have reminded me of this. Tell her I will accept her generosity, and I will find a way to repay her kindness. Certainly, my friend. I hope you have a glorious day, my friend.
Get lost, I have a job.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow. Submit your application. Our training will certify you.
Welcome to Kelp. Something I can do for you, love? That's fantastic! I was worried he'd take it the wrong way, so I'm glad you were able to convince him. I'll arrange for the funds to be transferred immediately. Hopefully Father will forgive the late fees. And if he doesn't, I can always reimburse them when he retires. In any case, thank you. And here, for your efforts.
Cause any trouble, and I'll drag you straight to Locklear.
So you're telling me I have to take my entire load of alcohol back to New Atlantis?
That's right. Every damn crate.
All right, let's cut the crap. This is because I refused to pay Bayou's ridiculous tariff on... I can't believe I'm going to be out thousands of credits.
Load it back
this
on
could
your ship
ruin
and get
me.
the hell out of here.
If I don't deliver these goods, I'm going to lose thousands on this job.
Not my problem. Better get moving. This area is for loading and unloading only. Keep moving.
No. Hey, wait. You were there? When those security assholes nabbed me. Please, have a heart. You need to help me. Thank you. Oh, God. I gotta admit, I'm freaking out here. I've lost my job. I've lost my creds, and if I don't square things with Yannick Legrand, I'll lose everything else. Everything. Yannick is expecting a package. A really not so legal package. If you deliver it to him, he'll know I'm loyal. Don't worry, Yannick's loaded. He'll take care of you. Oh man, you must still got space dust between your ears. Yannick Legrand's got the best booze and refreshments outside of the Astral Lounge. And unlike Astral, it's priced for real people, not just corporate heels. And he's the maker of blends, so he's the man. In a kind of punch-your-face sort of way. Security won't give you a second look. It'll be fine. So please, just deliver the package. My crate's on Block 02 in Ebside. My authentication code is Alpha 3 Kilo 4. Just tell the manager and she'll key you in. The package is there, everything accounted for. Just take that to Yannick and hopefully this damn nightmare will be over.
Save it for someone who gives a damn.
Look at you. Beautiful, unique, original.
I have some... Be careful around here. Not everyone that stays in our sleep crates are reputable. You have the proper authorization code, and I'll let you into any place you like. I might even throw in a thank you. You look like the type that might appreciate it. I got it. And... authentication is all green. Look for C153. Before you go, I'm going out on a limb here and assuming your account's more flush than my usual clientele. I've got some evicted crates set up to go to the dump. Might be full of week old Cazambas, or it could have the original Miguel Rafael Bailamos. Only one way to find out. In art school, I heard a rumor that Rafael's son sold Bailamos to some UC magnate. The fire was a cover-up. Imagining a piece of Freestar history in some Deimos Corporation boardroom? Wars have started for less. Man, it's nice to talk about something real. You've made my day. Great. Unit C203 is now keyed to you. Best of luck.
Sides of patio.
Because everything you've heard is true. Legrand is the only place.
The meeting. What time is it? Your dad's jumping in from where?
Hey there, Paradiso.
All this time we thought he was just being some miserable hermit.
Ah, a customer. Feel free to spend your credits. Or get the hell out.
No.
Your pick.
I think he
Yeah? You need something? If you're here for blend, I just had a new batch come in last night. No mystery, the name says it all. Look, I don't have time for chit-chat. I've got a lot of business to take care of, so if you don't mind hurrying this along, that'd be great. As soon as word gets out Blend is back in stock, it's going to be a stampede. Probably because you can't buy it anywhere else except at my shop. And I mean anywhere. As in the entire settled systems. It's got a special blend of secret ingredients that you can only find in Neon. And I'd love to be administrator of the city, but that job's taken. So I guess we're both shit out of luck. Let's get one thing straight. The recipe for blend dies with me. And there's nothing anyone can do or say that will make me change my mind. If that's a letdown for you, then all I can say is, you better get used to disappointment. No, are you crazy? I've got a captive audience here. Business is booming. Blend is part of the Neon charm. It's iconic. Not to mention that Blend's mix of special ingredients can only be found here. Oh, yeah, right. You're with Nesher. I see the family resemblance. You're practically twins. I know he got pinched. So if you are some undercover Neon security goon here to shake me down, beat it. Yannick's no one's mark. Wait, you said package? So Nesher came through. Might be he's less crappy than I gave him credit. Who am I kidding? He's a bottom feeder. But when all the good fish get gobbled up by corporations, sickly minnows are all that's left. Take the credit. I am known far and wide for my generosity. Ask anyone. Yes, yes. He is loyal. Loyalty will be rewarded. You look like talent. Serious talent. And no one knows you. Yes. You are looking at the one and only maker of Yannick's blend. It's potent. It's good. And has a jackhammer of a kick. The kick is the problem. But you may be a solution. I'm thinking a new, cleaner, smarter operation. With you working for me. Ah, and smart. I like you. Blend needs Aurora, yes? And Aurora is totally illegal outside of the Astral Lounge. And really, really illegal off-world. If the Rangers catch you with Aurora on a ship, oh boy, that's a long time in the clink. And if the great Benjamin Bayou finds out you're selling it on the streets, even bigger trouble. But so far, I have outsmarted them all. And together, we can keep making loads of credits and making a fool of the great man Bayou at the same time. This man thinks he owns Neon, the only player on the board. But he is too good to look in the gutters where the real people live. So Yannick can carve out his own kingdom and screw Bayu. Very, very good. Nesher's worthless to me now. Loyal, yes, but he'll be watched from now on. Useless. And my other employee, Felix Sadler, makes Nesher look like a genius. I think it is time Felix Sadler takes a vacation. Permanent. Off-world. Or maybe he tragically falls into the ocean, I don't care which. But you deal with him, and you become very valuable to Yannick. Felix. Felix is a mess. Samples too much of his own wares, understand? He's been getting worse, and a danger to the whole operation. Best if he just goes away. It is called delegation. You make the right call, yes?
Perhaps this can be handled delicately, without bloodshed. I suppose we should see.
Felix sacks up in some dingy warehouse in Ebside. You will find him there.